Yo, what up, y'all? Bad news again this morning. I don't know what in the hell is going on with this, but I can't stream from my computer. Anyway, got the Breakfast of Champions gummies, and this 6ix9ine shit is crazy. I was reading up on the TMZ site, and it's serious, man. I wanted to go in here and show y'all the pic the TMZ had. I'll read y'all the story and all that. But I can't get the computer screen to work. So I guess I'm gonna just have to read it off of the computer screen and read on the phone. But I just think of all the stuff that's gonna come out behind this. Charlemagne, you know, them telling him he was gonna be touched one day, and him was always saying he don't take L's, and all the trolling he's done. And I'm just glad though. It's almost a good thing. Of course, it's a bad, horrible, horrific. I'm sure it's gonna change his life forever. And he just came out and was saying that maybe he needs to tone it down a little bit when X got killed. Another thing, it seemed like the way they did it was almost identical to X. The way they blocked him in and everything. Let me get to that. But he was just saying he needed to tone it down because he does a lot of trolling. And I guess that showed him that bad things do happen to rich people. But, I mean, who would have guessed that it would have came after a video shoot in the wee hours of the morning? So I don't know where his peoples was at, Treyway peoples or bodyguards or whoever else he had out there with him. Maybe everybody just fled from the everybody just left the video shoot and he was headed home and everybody went their own separate ways if it's 4 in the morning. But let me read this to y'all though. This is crazy. I didn't even believe it when I first heard it. First of all, there's the pit. Just so you know it's real. You can see his eyes swollen. You can see they touched him up some. All right, it reads, 6ix9ine was kidnapped, pistol whipped, and robbed and is now in the hospital, TMZ has learned. Sources close to 6ix9ine tell us the rapper was working on a music video in Brooklyn early Sunday morning, and at around 4 a.m. he rapped for the night and drove home. See, that's what I was saying. Everybody then did the shoot's over. We all going our separate ways. It's 4 a.m. We're told when he got there, another car pulled up and blocked his driveway. So as he goes to the crib, he's leaving the crib. I don't know why I have on headphones. My fucking computer ain't working. But as he goes to the crib, just like 6ix9ine, just like X was leaving the scene where he was at, and they blocked him in. That's how they doing these days. They pull up behind you, block him in. You can't go forward because that's your driveway. You can't back out now because there's a car behind you. So they blocked him in. As sources say, that's when 3 hooded gunmen got out of the car, grabbed 6ix9ine, and pistol whipped him, knocking him unconscious. So they hit him hard enough to make him unconscious. And whatever happened, I mean, whenever this happened, he had to be already talking to people for anybody to know this. For them, the story's already getting around. I would have thought that 6ix9ine would have kept it as low profile as possible because he seems so concerned with not taking L's and all of this childish stuff that he wouldn't even really let his story be told and to let people know to be careful out there. But anyway, we're told the next thing 6ix9ine knew, he was in the back seat of the car as the gunmen were driving around, telling him if they didn't get what they wanted from him, jewelry or money, they would kill him. Or you could tell this is amateur night. Because anybody that's been in the streets knows you pull up beside somebody at their house, you already pistol whipped him, you already knocked him unconscious. What are you throwing him in the car for and telling him if you don't get what you want? You already at his house. This is where the majority of his assets are. Most likely, I mean, other than the bank. Why wouldn't you have just took him straight in the house? That don't even make sense. It's just amateur night. The amateurs was out this night. Listen, We're told the gunman took around $750,000 in jewelry and between $15,000 and $20,000 in cash. While all this was happening, Tekashi's baby mama and daughter were inside the house but not hurt. See, it's a good thing they did. It's a good thing it was amateur night and they was at the Apollo, because if this was professionals, they would have took you straight in the house where your baby girl was at, where your baby moms was at, and it would have went down, and that could have been tragic. That wasn't the end. We're told the gunman then drove away with Tekashi still in the back seat. At some point, 6ix9ine was able to open the back door and jumped out. Amateur night. Why don't you have your child lock on? And I'm not trying to give y'all advice on how to rob somebody. I'm just saying, but this is things that happen in the streets. When you live, I'm from the projects. Like, it is what it is. I've heard of several stories of people getting robbed, and I just know how it goes down. I ain't out there doing it, but I know how it goes down. I don't understand why they wouldn't have had the child safety lock on in the back so that he couldn't get out, especially if you don't have his hands bound. But even if you do, somebody can possibly reach over, and people have been known to roll out of moving vehicles. But these idiots left the child safety locks off and just let him walk free. All right. Where was I at, y'all? Okay, at some point he opened the door. All right. One of the gunmen began chasing him, but got scared and retreated because he was afraid he'd be ID'd. Now, that sounds a little funny. Just say this is true. One of the gunmen began chasing him, but got scared and retreated. How the hell would you know it was because he was afraid he would be identified? That don't even make sense. You don't know what the hell he was scared of for, why he stopped chasing you. I mean, I don't know, maybe because they were going into a more lit area, a lighted area, and maybe Tekashi feels like he knew him anyway, but then he may have known the car. But I don't know. But that just sounds a little funny. That sounds like something Tekashi assumed if he's the one that told the story. Or whoever told the story, it sounds like something they assumed. How the hell you know what they was afraid of and why they stopped chasing you? All right. Our sources say Tekashi jumped in the passenger seat of a stranger's vehicle and pleaded for help. The stranger called 911 and then asked 6ix9ine to get out of the car at an intersection. See, y'all, listen. I know everybody is on their own thing and afraid for their own life, but we got to stop doing this. You got somebody that's beat up. He's begging for help. He gets in your car, and he's not trying to harm you, but he asks you to call 911. You don't then, in turn, let him out at the next intersection. That's the same thing that happened with the kid in Brooklyn. Another Brooklyn case. But the kid, they got stabbed all up. Okay, y'all called 911 and all of that, and then y'all sent him out of the corner store. Why are you sending him back to the wolves? You don't know that when you let him out of this car, that same vehicle that just robbed him and chased him to you is not going to circle back around wherever y'all at, no matter how far you've gotten. You don't know that that same car is not going to come right back up and see him and say, damn, we got him again. Just like the Tupac murder, when they said the chicks pulled up and was screaming Tupac, Tupac, and they was like, damn, we got lucky. There he is right here. That's who we looking for. Just who we looking for, and rolled up and killed Pop. That happens. You don't know that that's not going to happen. Stop kicking these people out if they in dire need of some help. Why don't you take him to the hospital or take him to the police station even? That's crazy. It then goes on to read, an ambulance came and Tekashi was taken to a hospital where he remains. Doctors are performing various tests, including a CT scan. What are they doing a CT scan for? What, they think he's crazy? They think he made this up? He beat himself up? I don't know. It just seems like it's always something. But I know Tekashi's on probation or whatnot. But I hope this don't mess with his status. I mean, I don't see how it could. You the one that got robbed, but then again, I don't know. Sometimes probations have curfews. You out at 4 in the morning, which you were shooting a video shoot. That's the way you make your money. But it must have been a night shoot because ain't no good lighting at 4 in the morning. I do videos too. But I don't know, y'all. Like, y'all want to see the picture again? This is crazy, man. I feel bad for Tekashi 6ix9ine. He talks a lot of crazy stuff, but at the same time, you don't want to see this happen to nobody. And to be perfectly honest, I like him. I know people's about to go in on him, though. They about to get him up out of here. They about to be killing him online because he's always the one talking about he don't take no L's. That's sad, man. You can see his eyes swollen or whatever. He's laid back in his little gown that the hospital gives you with the booty out. I'm just being silly, but this ain't no time for jokes. And another thing, why is Tekashi still getting all of them damn tattoos on his face? Stop scribbling on your face, young man. If you ever, for some reason, got to see this. Stop that. Your whole face gonna be covered eventually. Now he's laid back in the hospital though, man. So if y'all out there and y'all think it's a game, and you think you can just keep trolling everybody like that and making fun of all of these gangsters and these people that want to see you gone, somebody gonna get you. It might not be them, but that karma is gonna come back, because karma is oh so real. So I don't know, man. Y'all just pray for Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm gonna do the same, and we gonna hope that he makes a full recovery and he learns from this. That's all it is. It's almost a good thing, and I say it's almost a good thing because he didn't lose his life, but he learned a valuable lesson. If I had to guess, I don't know what he learned, but if I had to guess, I'd say he probably learned a valuable lesson, and he didn't lose his life because of it. He didn't even take no bullets because of it. You got beat up a little bit. You got knocked unconscious with the gun, with probably the butt of the gun, but it ain't nothing you can't come back from, bro. So he gonna come back screaming Treyway louder than ever. You know how Tekashi do. He's a fool with it. Hey, y'all. Hope y'all have a good day. DJ Dusky, I'm out this thing, man. Y'all take care. Peace.